Welcome back again. Look at these pretty strawberries. I know they would be awful good just to chop up and put sugar on and eat, but ever since they've been given to me, I've been craving a strawberry pie. So I got busy this morning. I pre-baked my pie shell and it's cool. And I've washed the berries and they're draining. We'll cut them up in a little bit, and I'm using a recipe, strawberry pie, and it was put in the Strawberry Community Cookbook in the early 80s by Judy Pawson. And we're going to start over on the stove. So I'm going to come back in just a second over on the stove where we're going to cook the cornstarch, sugar, and water filling, which I'm going to, I'll tell you what I'm going to do when we get over there. I'll be back over on the stove. Now I'm over on the stove where we're going to cook a little filling to pour over those strawberries after we slice them and put them in our pie shell. But I've got my little pot and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to put a cup of water in that. If y'all were here with me, you could be handing me this stuff that I lay down and can't find. My husband says I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. He may be about right. But he puts up with me. Alright, we're going to whisk that up. I've got, how much sugar did I put? Let me look. I've got 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I'm going to put it in there too. Now we're going to cook that until it thickens. And like I told you before, like I've mentioned before, when I'm making any kind of filling, sometimes I switch from a whisk to a spoon. Because the spoon gets down in the edges of the pot where the whisk doesn't. One more thing I'm going to grab. Now, it said you could put the red food coloring, but I don't think I have any red food coloring. That red food coloring is not something I use. So I'm going to put just a little bit of this. It's cherry jello. You could use strawberry, anything, just to make it a red color. I didn't put much. I just wanted to color it. Now it's red. And I'm just going to cook that pretty quick. I'm going to stop you for a little bit while I cook that, because you don't need to take all our time watching me do that. I've come back to this side of my world. Alright, I've got these strawberries and they've been draining. Let's pick out a couple of them to save for the top to garnish with, okay? And the rest of them, I'm just going to cut that cap off, and I'm going to slice them into this bowl first. Slicing up them strawberries. Well, that's a pretty one. I was so tickled to get this box of produce. And I've got onions and sweet potatoes. Still in the eggplant and the poblano peppers that I have to work with or do something with. But I'm not minding it. That's another big one. Look how big those were. It just didn't take long to make this pie. It didn't take me long to make the pie shell. I've made the video on that too. You'll have to watch that. And I have a German chocolate pie in the oven. I'm telling you, I'm just a busy little old woman. let's pour them in there and see what we got. You see what I've got there? I'm gonna put them sliced berries in there. Let's just go ahead and put all of them except the couple we're gonna save for the top. There's let's see what that is. Well, it says unknown.
Unknown.
The other day, my husband was sitting here and it said an unknown called. My husband said, the caller ID said unknown. My husband says, well, they're just going to remain unknown. Sometimes I'll answer those calls just to be silly with them, but I didn't today. Something to wipe my hands on. Now here's our filling, which was the sugar, cornstarch, water, and I put the little dab of Jello just to make it a red color. I'm going to pour that on those berries. Scrape it all out of there. Alright, it's too hot to eat. We'll have to let it cool. Then we'll kind of garnish it with some with those strawberries and some whipped cream. I'm gonna put them on there just so they'll be right there. Well, they're sliding down in there. But anyway, it's got to cool before we can finish it and eat it. So I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator for now. All right. Here's my strawberry pie. I've had it in the refrigerator for a little while. It would probably stay a little longer, but my mother came by, and she's over there, but she won't get on the camera. But I'm going to cut it just a little bit early so I can send a piece home with her. So let me see. Let's decorate it. Let's make it pretty. I'm going to make a pretty pie. And then I'm probably going to have a hard time getting it out of here. It's probably going to be ugly. Now we're going to, I cut those leftover strawberries in half. I'm going to put them right there. Now I have a strawberry pie. Look at that, Mom. Ain't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Say it loud enough they can hear you.
It's pretty.
Mama says it's pretty. Now we're going to...
It's good, too.
Oh, you're going to get the first piece. I know. The first piece is always kind of hard to get out. Let's cut that. Well, that'll be mine. I'm going to put yours in this other little container so you can take it home. We lost your strawberry. Now, this one Mama gets to take home. Or I'll let her eat it here if she wants to stay a few more minutes. But I'm gonna take a bite for us. That's just what I do. Show you my crust. That crust is flaky. Look at that. It's flaky crust. I made that video too for you. That's good strawberry pie. And I'll have the recipe for you so you can make you an easy, simple strawberry pie. I'm going to wash my hands and visit with Mom for a few more minutes before she has to go home. Bye now.